Hey Nick, can you make me a fruit smoothie?
How about a fruit shake?
That is not a thing.
I beg to differ. Hello, my children. Your father has brought you a new swatching video. Cirque just released their Glazed 2025 collection consisting of 5 jelly polishes and 1 crelly. And even though Cirque Colors is a pretty established indie/boutique brand, this is my first time getting PR from them, and I'm really excited to try it out. From my experience on their website, it looks like jelly polish is something that they really specialize in, which is also something that I don't have a ton of experience with. If you don't know, jelly polish is intentionally translucent and gives a look of those jelly shoes that kids used to wear from the 90s. Google also says it's similar to how lip gloss is a tint, but not the same as lipstick. Once again, I don't have a ton of experience here, so I'm just trying to learn this. So this video is kinda just a cry for help. Also, they sent me one of their previous collections, so stick around for the WOMOH at the end of the video to see that. New viewers would have no idea what the WOMOH is. Let it be a mystery. Today I'm going to be showing this entire collection, how they compare to things in my collection, and attempting some nail art with them. So let's get into that. First up is Lolly Jelly, which is a watermelon pink jelly nail polish. Jelly. I know, but jelly. Its name is Jelly and it's a jelly. It's like an ATM machine. For each polish, I painted 3 coats as a standard because full opacity isn't really the goal with jelly nail polish. I also didn't use a blurring base coat this time because I wanted to show how these performed over my naturally fairly stained nails. Wait, it's not natural. Why did I write natural?
The nail polish grows out of the cuticle.
Yeah, every time they're like, your fingers are yellow. It's like, no, that's the nail polish coming out. I exude nail polish. I am the Naildadddy. That hurt. And as I said, these are intentionally translucent, which is probably why I don't have any jelly nail polishes already, because I really like full coverage, loud, crazy colors on my nails. As for this one, it's pretty much a pink polish, and if you've seen my videos before, you know I don't really care for pink polish, so I don't really have too much to say about it. I do appreciate how it's more on the warmer end of pink and not the hot pink end of pink, but at the end of the day, it's still pink, so not really for me. In retrospect, I probably should have started with a color that I vibe with more to start on a higher note, but this collection makes a really nice rainbow, so I went in that order. Oh, comparisons. Yay, voiceover. Thank God for voiceover.
Because you do great at voiceover. You never mess up voiceover at all.
I mess up voiceover far less.
Yeah, but you still, you literally hold the thing in front of your face and you still don't read the words that you fucking wrote.
Don't disrespect me like this.
I will disrespect you.
In front of my children. For the comparisons, I tried to match the base color because these are my first true jelly polishes. Mooncat's Forces of Evil from the Powerpuff Girls collab is close, but it's ever so slightly more saturated and is a red base rather than pink. Betty Bubblegum by Tyler's Trinkets and Life in Plastic by Hollow Taco are more cool pinks and are really not a match. You will see Hollow Taco a few times here because they did make a jelly collection for one of their anniversaries, but those were not pure jelly polishes as they're also filled with hollow, so they're not going to be dupes, but it's the closest I got to a jelly, so I'm going to include them. So overall, this one had better base coverage than the other polishes that you'll see in this collection, but ultimately, it's still a pink and I don't really care for it. Sherbet? Sherbet. What the hell is sherbet? I thought it was sorbet. Or sherbet.
No, sorbet is something different. Sherbet is a frozen dessert made with fruit juice added to milk or cream, egg white, or gelatin.
What's sorbet?
Sorbet is water-based.
I've never heard the word sherbet before in my life.
Okay,
sherbet.
But the Wikipedia article says sherbet, sometimes also referred to as sherbet.
Oh no. Sherbet or sherbet?
Sherbet.
Sherbet?
Sherbet.
Are you sure? Moving on, we have Sherbet Jelly, which is an orange coral jelly nail polish. And if my finger looks a little different, it's because it's actually my husband's, so it did take a little bit of positioning to get him into the right place. But also, at this point when recording, I was obsessed with how little his finger was in comparison to mine. Like, listen.
It's so little! Oh my god, it's so cute! Look how little your little finger is, and my finger's so much bigger.
Anyways, back to this color. It looked really fleshy in the first coat on my husband, but after the second and third coat, the orange color really started to build up. And while researching for this video, I realized I actually have no idea what color coral is because I always thought it was blue because of that one scene from SpongeBob. But coral's actually a pinky orange color, so it's pretty spot on for this polish. As for comparisons, Poems for a Harvest Moon by Mooncat is pretty much the exact same shade in terms of base color, but Poems has a pink shimmer as well. Both sachets Sachet Sorbet. Both Sachet Sorbet by Tyler's Trinkets and Box Office Bomb by Holo Taco are brighter oranges and look nothing like this. So overall, I like this one, but not enough to sway me over to the jelly side to wear this pretty consistently. Next up is Sweet Mint, which is a light green crelly polish. Now this one is described as a crelly polish, which intentionally has more opacity than a jelly, but I didn't notice that during this application. This was the lightest color from the collection, which is why I wasn't too surprised that it was super sheer, but I was surprised that it was labeled as a crelly. As for the color itself, it seems like Cirque managed to make the exact color that things glow in the dark, but not as a glow-in-the-dark polish. Like, I swear this is the exact color that things glow at, that off-white ghosty green color. On the nail itself, however, I found it to still have a lot of visible nail line after 3 coats, and some spots were a little bit patchier than others. I could have done more coats, but in order to keep it consistent for the comparisons, I did only 3. Also, we're going to collectively ignore the dot of something that I managed to get in between the second and third coat that's just going to be stuck there for the rest of this video, so apologies. Just shh. You don't see it. As for the comparisons, I put it next to other light green cremes in my collection, those being Crime and Punishment, Matcha Maker, and Time After Time, all by Holo Taco. I think Matcha Maker is the closest because both have the same yellow undertones. Time After Time is nothing alike, but I added it in because it was the first thing I thought of when I saw this color, but Time After Time is really a cool green, while this one is so much warmer and lighter. Like, they look nothing alike. But I thought of it because I was like, oh look, it's an off-white greenish polish. Holo Taco just made that. No, they're totally different. So overall, I'm not really a big fan of this polish, not because of the color itself, but because it's really more of a jelly than it is a crelly in my opinion. Like personally, I think I would love this if this was a creme because it's that perfect off-white ghostly zombie gray-green color that I really love, but I can see too much of my own zombie self underneath it that it's not for me. Ooh, we have a CD! Moving on, we have Curaçao jelly, which is described as a vivid turquoise. Turquoise. I kept wanting to write turquoise.
It is turquoise.
I know, but my brain reads that and I say it's a vivid turquoise green jelly polish. It's turquoise. Turquoise. And this video is actually teaching me how little I know about tropical fruits because I always think of Curaçao as something blue that you drink in college, legally, of course. As for this polish, I really liked the deep turquoise color, but I was really struggling with the jelly aspect of it. It really felt like I was struggling to get even coverage where I had the same color that was in the bottle all over the entire nail.
Is that like a self-leveling thing?
Right, it could be a self-leveling issue or it could be an application error because I don't know how to work with jelly polishes. Yeah. So this could be my fault. Like, it could totally be me. I fully accept that. Specifically, this one felt really egregious with the visible nail line because it's such a dark base color, but I'm just a visible nail line hater. As for comparisons, this one stood out the most in my collection as I didn't have anything that was even close to the base color. Be Kind Rewind by Holo Taco is too bright blue, The Sea Between Us by Mooncat is too aqua, and Holo Taco's David's Teal is too bright. So overall, I really liked this color, but after 3 coats and still having the visible nail line, it's just something I can't get behind. If this was a solid creme, I would eat this up. But it's not. Sorry. Next up is Pitaya Jelly, which is a magenta pink jelly nail polish. What's a pitaya?
Dragon fruit. Apparently.
Why didn't they just write dragon fruit then? As for the color, it's pink, so y'all already know my thoughts on it, but it is a little bit more of a berry-leaning pink polish, so it does gain a couple of points in my book, but I don't really have too much to say about a pink polish. Except this one definitely had better coverage than the last one, but there still was visible nail line after the 3rd coat. Additionally, one thing that this polish in particular made me notice about jelly polishes in general is I really struggled to get the tip of the nail covered with nail polish. I don't know if this is user error or if this is just something about jelly polishes, but I noticed it and I didn't love it. As for comparisons, I felt like Feeling Fiendish from the Holo Taco x Sophia collab was pretty close, just ever so slightly desaturated and maybe a touch cooler. Gigi Gum Drop?
Gigi Gum Drop.
Gigi Gum Drop. Gigi Gum Drop. Gigi Gum Drop. Gigi Gumdrop by Tyler's Trinkets is a similar color, but it does have extra iridescent flakes in it, making it different. But also quick shout out to Tyler's Trinkets, as they are a queer-owned indie nail polish brand that I wanted to feature a little bit. The neon polishes that I shown for comparisons all came from their last Pride collection and are blacklight reactive so they glow. They're also inspired by drag and queer culture and also feature a donation to Rainbow Railroad with purchase. I highly recommend checking out this collection if you want incredibly bright blacklight reactive neon polishes. I don't have a discount code, but I will include some friends' discount codes in the description if you want to pick up anything from them. Anyways, the last color was Anti-Hero by Holo Taco, which pulls to purple. So overall, I'm not a big fan of this one, but not because it's a jelly polish. I'm just not a fan of this color and it's not something I think I would wear. Another CD. Finally, we have Açaí Jelly, which is a dusty purple jelly polish.
I love this drink. That is like a wildly obscure Drag Race reference.
A Jessica wildly obscure Drag Race reference.
Just-
I really like the base color of this polish, even though it is kind of a trend right now for these dusty, desaturated, springy colors. What I didn't love, however, was how sheer this was for how dark of a color it is. Now, I was expecting the light minty green one to be super sheer, but I wasn't expecting it for this one. Even though the third coat didn't have visible nail line, it did do that thing that I said earlier where you can clearly see the tip of the nail and the polish is thinner. I think it shows so much more with this one because my nail is light and this is a darker color to contrast it. As for comparisons, I put it next to similar purples in my collection. Nightshade by Holo Taco looks nearly identical, but the only difference is that since this is a jelly polish, you don't get that squishy look in Nightshade. As for the Diabolical Mojo Jojo from Mooncat's Powerpuff Girls collab, in the bottle I thought it would be a lot closer, but it's too bright of a purple to be anywhere near similar. So overall, this was another one that I really wanted to like, but I think this collection just taught me that jelly polishes aren't for me, or that I'm doing something wrong. I could just be totally messing up, please tell me in the comments. So don't get me wrong, the colors are pretty. My personal standouts are the mint green and the turquoise, or turquoise, but because I spend so long staring at my nails, I think I've conditioned myself to not love the small things that I notice from a jelly polish. Like, I never want to see my nail line because I wear nail polish to intentionally cover that. And I've also learned that the tips of my nails are the first thing to wear and is a sign for a polish change, so the tips not being fully painted just unsettles me. So if you're a jelly polish lover, I love that for you, but unless I'm applying them wrong, I think there's a reason why I've never had jelly polishes in my collection until now. But I promise I didn't fully drink the haterade. There is a huge pro to jelly polishes that I wanted to share as well. Because they're so translucent, you can actually sandwich toppers between jelly polishes, which you can do to create a cool custom manicure. For this, I chose Hall of Mirrors from Mooncat, which is a silver flake metallic topper, which I sandwiched between the new colors. And y'all, some of these are stunning. I'm personally obsessed with Curaçao and Açaí jelly like this. Something about having this extra coat shifted the flakes into a different color direction on the two of them. And while jelly polishes on their own frustrate me, being able to play with them really excites me and I want to do more of that. The first thing I wanted to try was to see how these colors looked over white and how they would blend. I started with Not Milky White by Holo Taco as a plain white backdrop and then added thin overlapping colors in rainbow order between each nail. Some naturally blended really well, but others had a very harsh line between them, which is why I turned to a second coat, this time trying to put a different color on top. Now, some of these gradients are gorgeous. Specifically, the mint green to purple blend gives me life, and I just want to do this for a mermaid manicure. And I was actually really liking what was happening, but while doing some cleanup, I accidentally bumped my cleanup brush directly into one of the nails. I tried using the brush to gently nudge the polish down, or using a slightly wet finger to gently press the polish flat, but the damage was already done. Even another coat of the purple did not hide my shame. So here's a quick pro tip. If you mess up a nail badly, you can just hide it with a chunky topper. I use Cybernetic by Prism Parade. Did I say it good enough? Haha! Which is a large flake hollow topper and was perfect to cover the crater that I made, so let's all pretend it never happened. I did have to do a little bit of finagling to get things in a way that hit it well, but the end result mostly doesn't look like there was even a problem. That is, if I didn't touch my ring finger to my pinky nail while trying to take this reveal shot. And before we wrap things up, it's time for WOMOH. Oh, the WOMOH. We're adding an article now. The WOMOH. WOMOH. What's on my other hand? Cirque also sent their Moonstruck collection, which came out in January, and I low-key wish I made a review video for these because I'm obsessed. It features 3 colors in their Spotlight Shimmer formula, which have this stunning combo of color-shifty shimmers and reflective glitters. And if you've been watching this channel for some time now, y'all know how I feel about a reflective glitter. The green, stunning. The blue, stunning. The purple, stunning. The pink, there. I jest. The pink is actually really nice because it shifts slightly gold, but it is a touch flesh colored at some angles, so it's not my favorite. Finally, also included in this collection is a deep blue jelly and a magnetic holographic topper, which I magnetized in the cat eye style. I am so obsessed with these polishes and hope we see more like them in the future. I also wanted to let you know that I got an affiliate code with Cirque, so if you wanted to check them out, you can save a little bit of money by using my code or the link in the description below. These ones, I recommend. So now that y'all have seen everything, y'all seen everything? Y'all live in Garden. So now that you've seen everything, let me know what you think. Is this something you plan on picking up? What are your thoughts on jelly polishes? Am I doing something wrong? I don't know what I'm doing with jelly polishes. Is it me? It's me! As for the brand overall, I'm really excited to be getting polishes from Cirque because it's something I've been wanting to try for a while now. But I do feel like I need to say something about the price because they are a little bit more on the expensive end for a boutique nail polish, both being the price per bottle and the amount of polish you get in each bottle. That said, it does seem like Cirque really dominates the jelly market, so if that's your jam, or well, jelly, then you should make sure to check them out. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.